Bart may be on a path parallel to ours. He seems to have chosen to be with people Superman finds trustworthy, and I have a hunch they were on the bioship that destroyed the projector.
That's a bit of a leap, isn't it?
Maybe. But Superman admitted he was withholding information from us. Why would he do that unless telling us could make matters worse? Unless telling us could threaten the time stream itself? What if Bart the time traveler is with two other time travelers? What if they have inside intel about this Kryptonian time traveler, about the Phantom Zone, and about Connor being trapped there?
Whoa, boy wonder. You're seriously reaching.
I know, but it comes down to this. Bart made a choice, and we should trust him on it. Connor was asking for help, and we need to get him out of the zone.
Here's what we know. The king's body was found in the Grand Hall of the Royal Palace. I found traces of a familiar residue. I've seen something like it before, but can't quite place it. Nothing's leaping out in the files for the Mahunters or consuls who were at the palace that day. Maybe the Mahunter at the gate saw something when she entered. Hello, Megan. It was right there the whole time.
What?
Zatanna's spells always leave behind a microscopic magical residue that looks slightly different than, say, Dr. Fate's or 13's.
Residue? Gross. Gar? Focus.
Each magic user's residue is like a signature, and Martian magic is basically a signature in a different language. That's why it didn't recognize it before. I'm sure of it now. Inside a living body, there are many little parts that each do an important job to keep a body healthy and alive. Now, if some of these parts stop doing their jobs, the body can stop working and die. And that's what happened to Uncle Connor. But even though we don't get to see or spend time with Connor anymore, because his body is dead, your memories of him will always be alive. In your head and in your heart.
You view cooperation as chaos, but it is only in the combined strength of all these individuals, in the unity of the disparate, that order may truly rise out of chaos. You must know this on some level. Or why else would you have allowed Kent Nelson to push you into joining the Justice Society? Or allowed me to keep you in the Justice League? Great Namo, step back from the precipice of your own arrogance and heed the words of those who seek only to aid your cause, lest you fall victim to chaos as you did in your natural life so many years ago. Start by listening to my daughter.
You may proceed. The Queen approves. We've got you, Ma'alafa'ak. You're not density shifting away this time. You mean the explosion caused by the terrorist Ma'alafa'ak? So you say. Ha! An Aashen defending another Aashen. What a surprise. Seems you've conveniently forgotten how he snuck in here by blocking his presence telepathically.
That's not illegal.
But it's Ma'al suspicious.
Yes, we all know your history. Indeed. For how else does a man of his low status and dubious history merit this table, were he not father to the great Calderon? I'm sorry. I meant no offense. That is secondary. Let us face the truth. The people are on the verge of open rebellion. If we are each to maintain control over our own city-state, we must elect Aryan High King.
You got him! Now keep him contained!
But wait, you said
You
that—
have no choice! Just look at him! He's the spawn of Darkseid! We must hold him for as long as necessary.
But you told me he's claustrophobic.
I'm telling you, he's dangerous! Whatever sheen of civilization High Father and High Mother have given him, Orion will always be Darkseid's son! He will always be a monster!
Sorry, boss, no one here but me. A wife and 2 kids, right? Asleep upstairs.
I'd sure love to meet them. Yo, holding me back like that.
Great touch! You see Mueller's face? He thinks you saved his life.
What of the other Kryptonians in the other forts? Understood.
Look! The portal fails! Move!
So I was the only one who didn't know my friends were all superheroes, and the reason I didn't know was because everyone thought I already knew?
Connor, I came to Earth with some pretty messed up notions about what it meant to be in love. But your purity of spirit taught me what true love and commitment really are. With this ring, I promise to love, honor, and cherish you for all eternity.
This is why we haven't found the crown. Over the millennia, the ocean floor shifted by the gods. As am I. Together we should be able to triangulate the source. There. Del Beast! Douse your light! He commanded radio silence. What will you do next, Onyx? Lord Orin. I will of course relinquish the title of Aquaman. Congratulations, my friend. And it is a relief it happens now, as I have decided I must take a leave of absence. It is time. Aquaman, hold down the fort. I know this isn't your fight. Thanks, we appreciate the help. The other Kryptonians won't have powers either. Meanwhile, we have 2 Martians, a Green Lantern, a new god, and me. I think we'll be fine. Where the hell's he going? Meaning he's a loose cannon under enemy control. How you doing? Learning there are other survivors from Krypton must be an adjustment. Searching for boom tube spikes. Maybe don't rub it in.
Rita, Chief, Val, gone. Game over. Then they found my friggin' head at the bottom of that river and woke me up. My only thought was that I should have died too. And again, you were there. Convinced me that my surviving was a gift. The last gift I could give them that's gone. That Garfield Logan would never have abandoned his friends, his family, or the world like you're doing now. So if you think I'm gonna sit back and let you lock your brain away in this premier building jar, well, you got another thing coming, kid.
Bravo! Bravo! Booyah! It's about time!
Come on, jumping's totally your thing. You can do this with your eyes closed. But like, don't close your eyes for real, because you might miss and fall forever through a terrifying abyss. Dude, we'll make it. We'll make it together. Okay, sure, we're dead. Ghosts, phantom spirits, whatever. But I don't think we're in heaven or in hell. We're in some kind of purgatory, so we have to keep moving. Climb the mountain, leap the chasm, pass the test, and prove ourselves worthy. Only way to reach our final destination always is. When it matters, it always will be. But we can do it. We just need a running start. Shortly after we parted, a blue lantern ring powered by hope found me in deepest space. I took it as a sign to finally abandon my anger, and gladly did so. I could not in good conscience release my red ring to plague some other wrath-filled wretch, so I carried it with me, a grim reminder of my past. A chance meeting with the new god Metron provided a solution. He would hold the red ring in his interdimensional vault while I continued my quest. But said quest has proven fruitless. There were many promising clues, but each led to another dead end.
Supertown is indeed beautiful. Wouldn't Forager agree? Forager? Forager trusts Rocket and Flash to handle the summit. And Forager would prefer to spend Forager's time getting to know Forager. Forager thanks Red and Blue Lantern for helping Forager. Foragers are not sure how Foragers reminded Red and Blue Lantern, but Foragers are happy to be of service. Warning! New gods approach the hive!
Larvae are much like Forager.
Larva did nothing! Larva swears!
I know the formula, Mom. I know what works for me, what helps me through the grief.
Hitting criminals over the head with a bow staff?
Helping other people. That's how I survived losing Wally, and that's how I will survive this.
Okay, whatever gets you out of bed.
But helping strangers also gave me the excuse to take a pass on helping the one person I thought was beyond my help.
Wally?
No, Jade. Maybe. I don't care. All I know is I need to try. There's only one problem. Finding her.
Bypass authorized. Recognized. Kid Flash D04. Status missing. Not recognized. Recognized. Nightwing B01. Rocket 26. at 01. Recognized. Gem Jax. A50. Phantom Girl. A51. Recognized. Orion. A52. Recognized. Jan Maors. A55. Maat Maors. A5.
And with no further ado, allow me to introduce Justice League Chairman Black Lightning and United Nations Secretary General Troya.
It's not a reward. It's more like a curse. And in any case, you're just not ready. You're too much like him. He needs hosts who can balance out his less humane impulses.
I'm not humane!
I didn't mean that. But the fact is, you are attracted to power. And you're not careful about where that power comes from, or whom it hurts when you take it or use it.
I did what needed to be done, and all without saying, you know what. The cost was worth the result.
That's how he thinks, Mary. He doesn't need another him. The world doesn't need another him.
The boom tube was collapsing, and I didn't make it out. But somehow my force bubble protected me, and I popped up in Metron's Infinity Vault, where Metron offered Lord Zod's repaired time sphere as my way home. Surprised me too. He said it was in gratitude for past service, and part of some experiment he was running. Metron preset the coordinates, brought me to Metropolis right on time. I'm just sorry Laura escaped with it.
Kryptonians, build your rage! Build your rage! Build your rage! I should hope not. Now, soldiers of Zod, still your hearts, as the General taught you. You cannot win, Earthers, for you do not understand the ways of the Zone. Oh! I was sentenced to 5 years. I've been here over 40. It isn't right. The time for patience has passed. Ah!
What brings you today, Antinous? Enter.
Excuse me, a bug?
Today, no. My son,
Rocket is our honored guest. It must be ancient. 5,000 or 6,000 years old at least. No wonder it was warehoused. It's both obsolete and dangerous.
Does the other bug know that?
I think not. We must retrieve this cell before someone gets hurt. You are not him, and never will be.
I could have gone with Miss Martian to the North Pole.
And Rita?
I should have been with her on that last Doom Patrol mission.
And your mother?
I should have stopped Queen Bee. I could have done something. I don't know. I just needed to be better. They needed me to be better. Powerless. But I don't want to be. They shouldn't have. I should have stopped it all somehow.
How?
I don't know. I don't know.
I remember you from Cuba. We, I mean, the outsiders, rescued you from Clarion. It's, Johnny, correct?
Lizard Johnny.
Good. Own it. I'm honored you chose Markovia, Lizard Johnny. Don't let these thugs give you the wrong idea. I will not allow anyone to harm you. I understand. And you shouldn't have to fight. Markovia can be whatever kind of home you need it to be.
Gar, you got a minute?
Sure, BD. What's up?
I figured I should check in with you. Just part of my official Den Mother gig, like.
Cool, cool. I'm Crash.
Grand. Except you haven't been going on missions, which is fine. But now you're not doing your chores either. It's not like you, Gar. Should I be worried? I reckon so.
As part of his ever-expanding multimedia campaign, King Breon of Markovia released yet another video statement across social media today. King Breon's open-border meta-human policies have caused unrest within his country. Hundreds of frightened non-meta citizens are fleeing Markovia. Faced with the resulting refugee crisis at her border, Queen Perdita of Vladova had this to say.
Okay. Look, I know your buddy Superboy passed. Do you need some help dealing? The studio has resources.
No, man, I'm fine. Just...
I'm tired.
So maybe you need a rest, you know? Some downtime, huh?
Yeah, right. I thought everyone's jobs depended on me.
Well, we've been building up Harvey's Lieutenant Chow character. He's become a real fan favorite. See, in the suits, think he can carry the load. You know, until you're rested and ready to return. Just think about it. We love you, kid. Just want what's best for the show. And you, of course.
Space Trek 3016, Episode 516, Scene 16, Take 16. Space Trek 3016, Episode 516, Scene 16, Take 17.
Scientist bureaucrat Emery Jones, I demand you stop all this at once!
But, Consul General...
Your secret project is no longer a secret. Mars has no need for a Zeta tube to Earth. Isn't it bad enough our children pretend to be Earthers? Or that two Earthers contaminate our streets? Or that these Earthers were brought here by your freak of an Aashen sister? And yes, Emery Jones, I know McGann Maoz is your sister.
Infinitors, it is a little late for a visit. I agree, of course. I've always supported the King's policy. Is this because of what I said to His Highness about recruiting Metis away from the League? My family.
We are here, McGann Maoz!
Oh, sorry. Didn't see you there.
Defend the tower! And Lord Naga Naga! Cobra! Attack!
You don't have to do that alone. There are people who love you and could help you if you let them. No, I came to see if there's anything still between us. I'm no longer a damaged mother box, fixated on fixing everything. I'm more than that now.
You always were.
Because you helped me discover who I am inside. For me, that journey has continued, and it hurts that you haven't been part of it. Shouldn't we walk these paths together?
Nothing. It's just... Vi, you're my best friend, and I don't want to mess that up, but you're not with Brion anymore. Then I dumped Jack. So if I'm being honest, for a long time, I've wanted to be more than friends. I'm gonna go. You don't have to answer me now. Just think about it.
It's not just the shadows. It's the light. It's everything my father touches.
Because he killed your sister? Because he took your arm?
Because he's without anything resembling human emotion and feeling. He took me from my mother when I was 4. He told me she was dead. Then shortly after he killed my sister Olympia, who raised me, I learned my mother was alive and well. She had a husband and 2 more children, my half-brother and sister. Vandal cheated me out of my childhood, my family, so he could turn me into his puppet, his one-armed puppet, for his little cult of personality. Then I panicked and morphed, sneaking out through the plumbing. After that, I knew I could never be with you. Even though the main obstacle to our marriage was gone, I knew we could never be truly intimate again psychically. So I took the Yalon, knowing that sorcerer priests and priestesses lead celibate, solitary lives. I am deeply, deeply sorry.
Listen, my people! Your strength and unity is most impressive, but your cause is misguided. We must cooperate with Earth, because our galaxy is full of dangers to Mars. Not all of Earth is dangerous, only some of their metahumans. We need our sister planet's help to identify which ones are being used by Apocalypse. Res Edda is wrong. Earth is not the danger. Apocalypse is the danger!
This isn't the act of a fool. Something quite different is at play. Cheshire may pretend she is here to brave us in our home, but truthfully, she came because she is afraid. He will not need one. Unlike your daughter, he will have grown up with his mother.
I did what was best for my girl.
What is best for my boy is to be by my side. I will never give Damien up.
Then you're a selfish fool.
And you are a coward.
The League has accounted for all known kryptonite on Earth and in the Milky Way galaxy. None is missing. True. But it does mean we're out of leads. I'm sorry, Ja'an. Believe me.
Is that Annie Mouse? Hi!
Hi, baby girl.
Annie Mouse, look what I made. It's a mommy mask!
Got a covered, boss. Seems that cosmic stuff does everything but watch your bum.
Flash flooding in Florida, stranded citizens.
We suspect weather wizard.
Or global warming. He's been sleeping a lot, hasn't he?
Supper's ready. Oh no, you two will get to talking and we'll be waiting on you for an hour. Put that thing down and come wash up. I've got a feeling you have tricks of your own, Lois. How does fried chicken and cornbread sound, Johnny?
And we believe that when our journeys end, we will see him and everyone we love again. He has a new job on a fishing boat. This child of the desert has never fished a day in his life, but he seems to love it.
And how are you doing?
Well, I was an eye surgeon in Kurak before the war. Now I sell sunglasses at the Sunglass Igloo. I'm hoping my medical credentials will transfer, but for now, it's a living. Is, there a reason you came by? Oh. Well, I'd love to help you. What would you like to know? We know, Minister, but it is urgent. Markovia must remain a safe haven for metahumans. Not necessarily. It just raises a larger question. How can we be sure of your loyalty to metahumans when you and your family don't have the metagene? It seems many non-metas, like you and your family, feel more comfortable across the border in Vladova. Food for thought.
Problems on their end, not ours. Can't. Sorry. I've never been to Mars, so without a comm signal to pinpoint a safe location, I could end up boom-tubing us into the middle of a mountain. I didn't have time to secure a lock on the signal. We're right back where we started.
That's great, Vi. You've come such a long way. Maybe you need closure. What if you reached out one last time? Call him, or text. Oh, right. When my dad and I had our issues, it helped that he tried to reach out. Gave me the chance to respond. He told me it was important to him to know he tried.
Understood. Said it would turn course. You're on the other side of the Milky Way. Even at post-light speeds, it'll still take us a couple of days.
Despite what you may have heard, true Markovians do not want meta scum infecting our homeland. Sorry, can't understand you. We don't speak freak. Get him! Kill him!
Can't we just be cool here? The world was not cool with us metas before the outside.
Yes, togetherness. Symbiosis, right? Key point, inspired. Yes, you inspired meta kids all over the world. We miss you, man. Like, how bad would that be? That way we can all get back to inspiring folks. Symbiosis.
Will you look at this? A poor little goldfish has lost his way. Your chum, Calderon, was here a month ago and failed to find your brother. Nothing for you to find here either, except trouble.
I have some experience with trouble.
Oh, not ninth try trouble. Your authority means nothing here.
Hermano, don't be like that. The way we made the Outsiders cool with the world. The world was not cool with us metas before the Outsiders. You pulled the Outsiders together. Like, look at Windfall, and even Livewire. They're with the Outsiders now, because you inspired them. With your big mouth. Big mouth. His, voice. Your voice! The one-of-a-kind Garfield Logan. Just want you to get some help. We all need a little help sometime.
Forgot why you gave it up, huh? Forgot how you traded everything for the power? Being Sergeant full-time? And not living your life as Mary at all? Yeah. When Freddy and I came to you, you agreed it wasn't right. Back then, you knew you had to stop using the power completely. Quit it. Quit her. Cold turkey. or else you'd never give her up.
Go get him, sis!
Yeah, I'm sorry it took so long, but incorporating these rebuilt components from your dead time sphere was a real time suck.
Is it ready?
Is it ready? It's almost ready. I could finish it now, easy peasy. But I won't. Not until you finally tell me everything.
But the timeline.
Oh, please. I'm not even from this timeline. I'm a wild card, yo. A free radical. That's why you came to me. So, spill. Or we're done. Step inside. Ta-da! As promised, one bioship. Now with its very own cosmic treadmill!
I'm Danny Chase. It's okay, it's not your fault. I'm so happy y'all can see me. See who I really am. See, when the zone opened on New Genesis, I was able to lock onto its unique trans-dimensional frequency. I can't get you there, but I can guide you there. That could work. I've never linked with the mother box, but I've linked with father boxes, and they're basically the same thing, right? I can manage it. One last time, to help you and your friend the way y'all are helping me.
Thanks, Leroy. You're right. The thing is, I live with these voices. I work through my insecurities every day. But I am not a quitter. I didn't have to join the Outsiders. I'm already on the team. Yes, I'm afraid, but I get up anyway. And I'm brave enough to ask for help. I work, I train, I make myself better. And I don't fear failure or let it stop me. Well, not for long anyway.
Your methods are magic. I thought you were Muslim. You're not behaving like one, Khalid. You should rely on God alone. I gave up magic when I converted to Islam. If you were a good Muslim, you would listen to your mother. What I want is a better life for you. A safer life. And this is responsible? He can't play at being a hero, Muhammad. Your father and I didn't work hard our whole lives to put you through medical school.
I know, but...
Only to have you run off.
Good morning, Charlie. I really have to pee. How can I go to the bathroom?
Look at me. I'm beautiful. I'm powerful. I am better and stronger than anyone and anything. Why wouldn't you want this? No. No, not you. No. No, you need me. You are nothing without me. Billy was right. I had to stop. But that doesn't mean I have to stop being a hero. I can use my connection to you to become a sorceress. To be just as important and powerful as you ever were. Without abandoning who I am. I am ready for this fight.
You're confused. I'm not here to help you. I'm here to replace you. What? Right after I decorporealize you. What? Ending your existence on the mortal plane forever. What? It's not just this latest thing, of course. That's simply the last straw. It's the way you've spent the past dozen millennia or so, acting as lapdog to the Savage.
I'm not anyone's lapdog. We're partners.
Are you, though? Are you really? It seems to us you do his bidding, despite the fact that his clearly stated long-term goal is to bring the entire galaxy under his sole rule. He's all but a lord of order himself.
I am a man of faith, science, and mysticism, a Muslim and Homo Magi. I am a first-generation American on my father's side and descended from Mayflower pilgrims on my mother's. I will forge a new way forward on a path built by those before me. I can and will be both a doctor and a sorcerer. That is my jihad, my inner struggle. In my world, magic is a science of its own, another tool from our Creator to serve what's good. My faith will strengthen and guide me as I walk along this path. He is following in the footsteps of your Uncle Jane. He's Homo Magi. He has to honor his genetic heritage, even if it means giving up the study of medicine. We don't get to choose our destinies. You have a responsibility. You cannot abandon your true calling.
Powerful mystic pulse felt all around the world, yes? I've lost track of it, but I can send you to the last known location of its locus. Hartuma Portal! That should get you there. Ahem. Favors don't keep the lights on.
Thank you, Nimue.
Of course. Now please be careful, Z. I haven't felt a chaotic energy like that in this lifetime.
Onyx had talent, but she wasn't bloodthirsty enough for Slade's tastes. He never thought she'd make the cut, which would explain why she might run. But Cassandra was always a true believer. She worshipped her father. Hard to believe she'd ever betray him, the light, or the shadows. In that world, she'd be quite the scandal.
Cullen, your book bag.
Thank you, Mr. Carr. But if you and all these kids plan to make it to school on time, we'll need that spaceship move to get our cars out.
They're off to Mars.
And yes, that's another thing I never thought I'd say. All right, everyone, time to get to school.
You do more than that. You always have, ever since you were a child. But we were anything but good role models of that virtue. But you forget how it was. And I was suffering from depression. There were days I could not leave our home. You were my little soldier, parenting me.
You overstate things.
No, but it is sweet you remember hard times fondly. But the pattern was set. Military training, sorcery school, becoming protege to the king. Calder, you have always been the adult in the room. You need to take time to just be you.
3 orders of black gold. Enjoy.
I telepathically read them. They both seem sincere. Is it possible both are telling the truth to the best of their knowledge? Orphan says the shadows are trained to thwart psychic readings.
You think that's happening here?
I'm no Miss Martian. I can't be sure. Is there anyone else you can call? Johnny's asleep. He seems okay. You would have died alongside Connor, leaving your son without a father and me without you. I know that sounds selfish, but you fixed that. Connor knew you loved him like a brother, and he felt the same about you. Loving each other.
Great! Will Uncle Connor be here? I know. He can't come to our house because he passed it away. But every time we come to Grandma and Grandpa's house, Uncle Connor meets us here with Wolf. Every time. And Wolf's here, so Uncle Connor won't pass us away now.
Metahumans will then have the option of joining the Infinity Cadets. And those cadets who train hard may become full-fledged Infinitors, like Markovia's greatest heroes, Trajectory, Fury, Everyman, Kobold, and, of course, Geoforce himself, King Brion Markov. Together, we will remake Markovia, creating one loving meta-family, and turning that family into a nation of heroes.
Right across from the United Nations, which welcome the League as neighbors and hope this represents a brand new era of partnership between their organization and ours. Together.
A fine sentiment, but the facts don't back it up.
The League computer in Green Arrow's vault was breached. One of those two has the data and is using you to carry it to the shadows. You're riding with at least one traitor.
Bruce, Dick, Tim, Kate, and Stephanie are cowl deep in a Penguin Two-Face turf war.
But Orphan's one of us. And after Jason, well, say the word and you'll have
the entire Bat family en route to Santa Prisca.
You can't talk to my guys that way. Especially because they're our guys. I know you know better because you taught me better. And I know you still have more to teach.
Gar, when you went to Mars, I thought I was just filling in as leader. So, okay, if you don't want to lead again, that's fine. But I still need my friend and mentor back. And that can't happen until you help yourself. So...
Yeah, no.
If I learned anything from Cluemaster, it's that no matter how hard it is to admit your dear old dad's one of the bad guys, sooner or later you have to walk away. You know what I'm talking about. True. Both could be legit, but the shadows got them to mistrust each other.
Yeah, I came for my shift to relieve her, but she wouldn't leave. Any problems? Nope. They've been quiet. You coming? Good luck.
Well, someone made one. Drop your weapons. Watch it! We may need to take her more seriously. Like you could ever. So, you want us to believe that Vandal Savage's daughter would believe that we would believe that she'd ever in 50,000 years betray her father? But shouldn't we give them the benefit of the doubt? I mean, how can we be sure? Look out! Oh, I'm hit! Strength dart. Are we still talking about Cassandra and Onyx? Because all this Apple stuff has made me very confused and kind of hungry. But wait, if they're both equally untrustworthy, doesn't that make them both equally trustworthy?
I think that's your story. I was raised by my maternal grandfather, and he was a hero. Will Everett, the amazing man?
I'm supposed to know who that is?
Yeah, well... I was recruited into the Shadows at age 11 by Sensei.
Sensei? Sensei himself?
He promised he could train me to be the best version of myself, and for a while, I believed him.
I admit I cannot prevent your escape. Now I even see Cheshire and Onyx's departure, despite their crimes against the Shadows. But I must insist you leave my daughter behind. Not gonna happen. My shadows are everywhere. You know this, Cassandra. They watch your friends, your comrades. Stay with me, daughter! Else my shadows shall hunt down everyone you care about!
That's a poor bluff, Shiva.
And with one word from me, your friend Barbara Gordon will be dead before you return to Gotham!
No need for words. Leave the banter to the spider. Time to hunt.
You mean a sister who lives with my ex and my daughter? I can't take you away from them, and I can't be a part of their lives. Not yet. Maybe not ever.
Yes, you can.
Don't you get it? I wouldn't be joining them. I'd be bringing them into my cage with me. I don't know, Mouse, but this honestly feels like a step in the right direction, doesn't it? I think for the first time ever, she's family, Artemis. You did the right thing letting her go. The justice system won't turn Jade. Only family can do that. But Jade's afraid to open her heart and be part of a family. She doesn't want to take that risk. Doesn't want the responsibility. Unfortunately, she got that from me. When you were both little, I abdicated all responsibility to your father. He wanted to train you. I wanted to walk away. It took this chair, 6 years in prison, and losing my family to teach me these lessons. I hope Jade is a quicker study. If you see her again, you must convince her.
We don't have a lot of options. Can't take him to the Watchtower or the Premier Building. I checked with Ollie and he gave his blessing. If the vault winds up compromised, it's no huge loss. He did say to keep you away from the rocket launchers. Some walk away, but some definitely follow in dear old Dad's footsteps. Icicle Jr., Cheshire. Sometimes the apple doesn't even fall. It just sits on the branch and turns rotten. They could both be moles. And he's a former mole, so he'd know. Ow! It's an old Cold War strategy. The bad guys send us two options and don't really care which one we trust. Not sure where back is, but I'm not opposed to taking you there. You're sure not wanted here. I think I've heard this one already. About Onyx, like 2 seconds ago. Hell would have to freeze over. Huh? We may need some help working this out. Is this really the best place to bring these two? Ha friggin' ha. He really said that? Yeah, great. No, honest, he did. Okay! Shadow noodle trucks don't count. On it. No property damage. Spoil sport. Ignoring you now. So basically, both of you could have freed yourselves at any time. And escaped too? I think you're conflating genetics with gravity, but yeah. As the tree is bent, so grows the twig.
Do not take it too hard, my friend.
His words are harsh, but he is strong. But he is also exhausted, and has been for some time. Plus, the death of Connor Kent has hit him particularly hard. So do I. Calder holds so much inside. I am afraid it is only a matter of time before all that he keeps buried rises up to overtake him. There is powerful magic in these ruins. This way.
The test is not conclusive, but your magical residue is indeed, unique. Our readings concur, and your DNA is a match with Batman samples for both Vandal and Cassandra Savage. Unless we finally found your legendary crown with surviving hair follicles attached. I do not know, but please calm yourself. You are injured, and in the end, you will triumph, my prince.
I am not certain you understand how much I value the opportunity to be offering help to someone other than myself. That has not been my history.
Then you are welcome to stay, helping for as long as you wish.
Oh, thank you, Kaldur. Could you please call your parents? They do not want to be a bother, but they are very worried about you. Emissary Coral of Neptunos in the South Pacific. As expected. And, as expected, you are going to be a wonderful father. Rodan! Rodan is hurt! I must go to my husband! We will all be fine if Ocean Master is stopped. Gone! Who was he? I'm sure he would rather reconsider than have to explain your absence to our soon-to-be-born child. Easy for you to say. We never say goodbye. Pardon, my lord. You had no wish to cause a riot, but rioting has begun. Zebel is in chaos. Only you can restore peace.
No. These are matters for Atlantis' current leaders.
Nobody will listen to them. The riots are in your name.
Then, I will discuss Zebel with the High King.
Onyx Orin has left the palace. Lord Arian, our absent king left orders for you to remain here. But I can sneak you out.
Prime Minister Topo of Lemuria in the North Pacific. Seems a shame to depart without accomplishing anything.
Coral, please! The baby! She is in labor, Your Highness. Indeed. And in her absence, she has granted me her proxy. Well, we all presumed this meeting would end with a vote. Lord Arian, on the other hand, has rallied everyone around him by twice saving Atlantis, and he seems to fulfill the prophecy. And as Emissary Coral's proxy, I say aye on her behalf as well.
Well, if it isn't the little general.
Get drunk somewhere else, Shar.
Finally, you show some teeth. If only the rest of Tritonus had your mettle when I annexed its lower territory.
You attacked without provocation!
Weakness is its own provocation, chum. Now this is my kind of diplomacy. I respect your strength, schoolmate. But don't hold out too much hope for tomorrow's conference. Our High King needs more than a translation spell to understand our grievances.
No. No, I don't know what game you are playing, but it will not work.
Let us know when you are ready to face the truth.
I am not a clone! Orin! Orin, are you there? Do you hear me? Answer me!
The High King is otherwise occupied.
That is fine. You are the one I sought. I want the truth. Thank you. I don't understand.
Does Calderon not understand how close our baby's arrival is? What if the big day comes early and you're not here?
Coral, Rodan, my loves. It is an honor, not a burden, that Calder chose me for this mission. I will be back in a few short days. Be patient, little one. I will see you all again soon, because... It should. We've been down here ducking and dodging these thermal vents for weeks. Neptune's beard. Coral is due to give birth soon, assuming she hasn't already. If we don't find the damn crown soon... Right. Sorry. I'm here, Calder. 100%. It is my highest priority, but too many surface dwellers are foolish and stubborn, obsessed with short-term economic concerns that blind them to the larger issues facing our planet. How are you doing, my boy? A traumatic experience like that. You must be so angry. Not unlike the anger felt by our king, who did what he had to do to defend himself and others from his traitorous uncle. If the High and Mighty League were taking care of these children, they wouldn't need us, would they? Wonderful. I'm glad we're in agreement. Come, Mueller. No need to bother the Karalis with details.
I don't want any trouble. Blizzard, Johnny. You mean you'll do them like you did your uncle? Sorry. It was all over the news, and I'm not looking for a fight. I just want to be left alone. Yeah, that's right. Yes!
Blizzard, Johnny?
King Brion! I want to become a cadet and then a full-fledged Infinitor!
Mary!
Now why'd old Rictus have to break up that tender scene? I was so enjoying seeing Cheshire's softer side. Hot, sticky web balls coming at you! Yoink! I remember when the only thing more disarming than my webs was your disarming smile, Chesh. Now you just look sad. Hasn't anyone ever told you not to play with guns? What I remember is how you betrayed us all. For a guy. Cliché much? The Great One will not be pleased.
The Phantom Zone.
Krypton's extra-dimensional prison.
But the Kryptonians never intended to imprison criminals for eternity.
That would have been too cruel.
Unfortunately, Krypton was destroyed when its sun exploded. So when the last Phantom Zone projector was discovered on New Genesis, the United Planets paroled every single inmate, as each one had been trapped in the zone for over 1,000 years. General Zod was a menace, determined to assert his dominance over everyone and everything. Fortunately, the newly formed Legion of Superheroes defeated Zod with the very Phantom Zone projector that had released him from prison.
I'll cut right to it. When the bomb went off on Mars, I was there and managed to save Superboy using my ability to phase, to make us both intangible. But somehow, I also transported us to a buffer dimension called the Phantom Zone. The journey left me unconscious. And while I was out, Superboy fell under the influence of a pair of dangerous Kryptonian criminals named Zod. They have a hold over him I don't understand. He wouldn't leave. So I asked Prince Jem to help me find you. I think you're the only one who can bring him back. And you must bring him back.
When you were a child, you would sometimes shift your skin to Garoon, trying to pass. It never worked, of course. Everyone knew you were Ashen. But just now, when you took your old form, the form you were born to, it felt just as psychically false. This is your true form again. I'm so sorry, I never understood that before.
Power levels at minimum function. Optimizing. Power levels optimal. Retreating subject Druzod. Commencing search for DNA signature.
Things have gotten much worse since the death of the king. Saturn Ja'ax was a progressive ruler gradually trying to mitigate our caste system to improve the lives and status of the Ashen. King Saturn had stated publicly, and more than once, that it was a scientific fact that Garoons and Ashens were genetically identical save for skin pigmentation. He also sponsored the Mars-Earth communication satellite that was successfully launched last year. He believed in cooperation between our planets. But he was murdered last month.
Well, I've missed you, Garfield. We haven't been in the same room since you returned from Mars. I know it must be very hard losing Connor. I have some experience with losing family members, and I want to help you through this. If you'll let me.
I'm worried about her. It's been 3 weeks aboard ship, almost 2 months since Connor died. She's completely closed her mind to us. It's not natural. It's not healthy.
She needs her family.
What are we? I honestly don't think she can wait until we get to Earth. What would they say? How would they help her?
Per our treaty, I could do no less, but understand, if this works, we'll be opening a boom tube not only for your friend, but for every Kryptonian criminal in the zone. So as a precaution, I had Motherbox locate Trombus, an uninhabited planet under the red sun Gamma Crucis. The planet has an acceptable atmosphere. If we boom tube there, we can safely open another boom tube to the zone. If any criminals emerge, they won't gain Yellow Sun powers. Rockets, force bubbles would be extremely useful. We should summon her.
When only 2 of 29 children are A'a Shen, love is not enough. Our parents failed to teach tolerance and acceptance even in their own home. Which is worth what? How many of our Garoon siblings plan to attend your wedding? Face it, our parents' ways don't work, and your ways don't work either, Miss Martian. If they did, I wouldn't be sitting here innocent. Of course you don't know me! You abandoned me, ran away to Earth. Don't you think I know that? Why didn't you take me with you? I was a child, and you were my rock. You should have protected me! Instead, you traded me in for a cute little green beast boy. Sorry. We live in a house with a spaceship and a giant white wolf. Please, I can keep a secret. I promise.
Hello, Legionnaires. I've come to fetch you home. Quite the contrary. I calculate a 99.84% likelihood that the timeline has been substantially restored.
Yes, one day earlier, Mantis sure as Rao can do what Mantis must. If this is where Metron stored kryptonite, then Mantis has found the prize. Mantis has found the Phantom Zone projector!
Will he heed the words of Zod? Live, push, brace, build the House of Zod. God for the House of Zod. Fight for the House of Zod. Win for the House of Zod. Save the House of Zod.
Lost in space?
No, we're right on course.
I can see that. And frankly, after being cooped up in the Javelin for 2 days, I'm ready to stretch my legs. Yeah, it's nice being the new kid for a change. Well, you'll have to give me a tour when we get down there. Oh, yeah. Justice League meets the New Gods meets the Green Lantern Corps. Big old hero summit. A surefire hoot.
Hoot?
You heard me. Don't you say it, Gragan. You'll get us all killed. Or worse, re-educated. Now shut up, get down, and get out of my bar!
She killed Tico, so I lost my failure, my anchor, and my best friend.
Brilliant deduction, genius. Look, I don't like it any better than you, Nep, booby. But Child has the backing of the Chaos Lords, so we don't got a lot of choice here. Great! Everyone on the bus! First stop, wherever they keep my new cat.
I do do not appreciate you talking about my nieces in that manner, and I regret nothing, Wes Edda. I did not realize things had gotten this bad.
Superman, we are ready. I will send her to the watchtower and set her right back here.
It will be fine. My fellow Martians, hear me! Earth and its heroes will fight to protect our culture. And what's best about our way of life is not as fragile as Wes Edda would have you believe.
And thus a single champion was raised by order to battle chaos in all its forms.
Nabo, why do you tell me what I already know?
So that you may understand why there is as yet no need for us to act. Let the Chaos Lords fight until even the victor has been weakened by battle. Fate will step forward to bring order in the end, as we have done for millennia.
Perhaps just Halo, then. As she embodies a portion of Darkseid's anti-life equation, you must see it as in her best interest to be safeguarded here by the new gods. Rocket, see reason. We all mourn Connor Kent. Understand, Raquel, that bugs practice accelerated courtships relative to humans or new gods.
Branwell is Ghost. This ain't no Blue Lantern. This is Razor. Great to see you, kid. Oh, hey, a nice dance. You're coming up in the world. But leave it to a hothead like you to planet hop without a fully charged power ring. Huh? 4 years. 4 years. You don't call, you don't send subspace mail, and suddenly you're here wearing blue pajamas. Spill it, Red. Blue. Hey, come on, kid. Don't give up hope.
Thank God we're off that bus. It's Dr. Fate. I saw a photo of him once. He was in the Justice Society. Since when did Dr. Fate join the Justice League? And this magical hoo-ha will really get us where we want to go? Feels more like a couple of hours, but I guess so. We did it! They sent us home!
We lost visual contact with Superboy, so we split up to find him. Then it happened. Not only had we failed to save Superboy, but we lost Tinya as well. To make matters worse, Lorzod found and destroyed our time sphere, stranding us here in the past. We spent the next month traveling aboard her to Earth. No! Superman! Then we came to you, the only true space-time expert in this era, on this planet.
Oh, it is, and it will. Lord Darkseid always keeps his word, and this is the Ma'alafa Ox reward for services rendered on New Genesis. Aashens, Garoons, Bladens. Nothing but a single genetic marker, affecting skin color only, separates the Martian races. You are all one species. The first, Black Mary, was stripped of her birthright by her brother, her mentor, and all her peers. As for the second, she is a Kryptonian, captured by the light and turned over to Apocalypse as tribute. Decades ago, she was sent to the Phantom Zone alone. This is Kara Zor-El, the Supergirl. Together, Kara and Mary represent the next generation of Furies, ready to take the battle to the so-called heroes who betrayed them. Please. It would never occur to a Garoon that another Garoon would ever pretend to be Aashen. Rokar took no notice of her. He takes no notice of any of us.
He hardly sees us as Martians.
Why didn't you tell this to the Mahunters after the king's death?
My kind knows better than to trust Mahunters. That is why I keep this. As a reminder that if I tell the truth, I would only be making trouble for myself. Garoons would never believe a Garoon killed the king.
Then why tell us now?
Because she is one of us.
I heard of Connell's death from Hal Jordan. It saddens me deeply that one of the few remaining genetic Kryptonians has passed. Particularly a son of El.
Green Lantern Tomar Ray knew the El Hive?
Krypton was in my space sector, and I was good friends with both the El brothers, Jor-El and Zor-El. My single greatest regret was failing to save Krypton and the House of El.
Welcome to the Galactic Science Prison of the Green Lantern Corps. I'm Probationary Lantern Tomar 2. My ring is now translating for us. Please remain still for a routine identity scan. I'm sorry, it doesn't usually take this long. There we go. How may the Corps be of service? Indeed, sir. That's very true. Ring. Search Kaiser Thrall. Nothing. Sorry. The Thrall status here is a matter of public record. Anything else is confidential. Privacy concerns and all that. Really? Thank you!
Warning. If not contained or redirected, source energy cascade will ignite, incinerating the New Genesis atmosphere. Cascade 61% redirected. Cascade 91% redirected. Willpower insufficient to maintain both shield and funnel. Cascade funnel failing.
Never again.
Atmospheric ignition imminent. Cascade 100% redirected. Cascade averted.
Up in the sky! It's Superman! Is this a job for Superman?
So, obviously, the Beast and I are out for our nightly jog. You, on the other hand, are just sitting alone in the park at night. That's, odd, right?
Not at all. It's the ideal spot for my meeting with an international assassin.
Ooh, is he a handsome international assassin?
What makes you think it's a he?
Strangely, I'm even more jealous now. I think she might have meant me. Wow! I'm your boyfriend? That's the first time you've said that out loud. Working on that. I'm a private detective now. My, ex fixed us up when she dumped me for her ex, and I moved to Star City from Gotham to get my degree. She really is an assassin. Bye, girlfriend. And girlfriend sister.
I believe that is called irony. Father has been actively alienating his citizens from Poseidonus and you for years. Suddenly, he is surprised Zebellians want a new order? His attempts to sway the masses now fall on ears that only hear the prophecy.
A prophecy that merely muddies the waters.
The stranger come from out our past. The Trident's threat, the Red Death, the true king. Orin, even I must admit these elements of the prophecy resonate with Arian's recent deeds, and understandably with all of Atlantis.
Calderon. Hello, Delphis. Lovely to meet you.
You look well, Lori.
And you look the same, Wind. Like an eel eager to slither back to Orm now that he has escaped from prison.
Well, if Kaldor loves you, I suppose there's hope. Get drunk somewhere else, Sharv.
You attacked without provocation! Ah, for sure!
For once, I am forced to agree.
More experienced leaders would be here if Nanive wasn't killing them in raids staged across our borders.
Nanive's incursions upon the territories of...
Ronal, can you please, for 1 minute, stop being such a pompous codfish? Never fear, Lagon! Ah! Aqua Boy will save you!
You'll do all right.
Aqua Boy keeps his eyes on everyone. Uh-oh.
It is as I feared, Mara. The Orm currently in our prison spoke of our 16 visits together during his prior incarceration. Visits that never happened. I did go to the prison 16 times, but each time I chose to depart without seeing him. A fact this Orm did not know. I tracked down my brother's former lieutenant, Danuth, who confirmed my suspicions. Before we captured this Orm, Danuth spent a month with him. He said Orm's memories of events after the true Ocean Master was imprisoned were spotty at best. So Danuth came to believe this Orm was an imposter.
Hello, Magan Maors. I will come straight to the point. Though I do not wish to raise false hope, I have reason to believe Connor Kent may still be alive. Coming across now. I am most pleased to make your acquaintances. This young alien female, who, in the style of your world, calls herself Phantom Girl, has an incredible story that you need to hear.
Thank you, Prince Jim.
To be clear, she has not fully opened her mind to me. But to the extent she has, I believe she speaks the truth. Or at the very least, she believes she does.
Thank you, Prince Jim.
Please allow me to create a psychic link to her mind.
I am ashamed of my actions under the influence of the Reach's Scarab. I apologize for... Thank you. Connor, Garfield, it is good to see you again. We will endure this trial to honor our sacred obligation. Although, Garfield's Ma'alafa Akval is unnerving to say the least. In his weakened state, Connor cannot survive the surface of Mars! To the right, I see Garfield. He has reached the surface. Hurry! Prince Jim, it's too dangerous! We have larger issues down here. I left the surface world because a lack of opportunity created an anger which Black Manta was eager to exploit. Everything said of me is true. My absence of options on land caused me to make bad choices. Now, I see many of the same problems in Sierras that I saw in my native San Diego. The wealth that begets opportunity, seen on easy display in Poseidonus, is largely absent from the other cities. Do you finally understand? Decades ago, I received the Phantom Zone projector in a technology exchange with the planet Krypton. Have I not said as much? Then let us move on. I have analyzed the projector's power requirements. There are multiple potential sources on Supertown. It is essential that Highfather organize their defense, mobilizing the Divine Guard and every new god, highborn and low, to ensure that this rogue Kryptonian has no opportunity to access the power he needs here. But there are 2 other locations on New Genesis, likelier targets, which those gathered here must defend.
Will he heed the words of Zod? Live, push, brace, build the house of Zod.
Listen, I've been thinking about something. I mean, we're all here together on a wonderfully happy day, and thank God it turned out all right. But what if it hadn't? Well, some of you saw what Garfield went through this year, and McGann, the struggles that Andy, Violet, Vic, and some of the other kids are facing every day. For that matter, the struggles that Cliff and Jay and some of the other adults are facing every day. Well, to put it simply, we need more than the all-purpose room at the youth center can provide. We need a place where our people can go to escape the life for a day, a week, a month, somewhere safe, somewhere where they can receive treatment, a sanctuary.
Can you not feel it? Ah, so much power, yet so much more to gain. Ah, the process was interrupted before its peak.
Patience, Mother. When the sun rises...
After 40 years in the Phantom Zone, do not speak to me of patience. I have endured helplessness for too long. In any just universe, the true power I've tasted here would be mine by right. By right. Right now!
This so-called Kaiser throne is indeed sentient. In fact, There seems to be the remnants of a humanoid inside this machine. It's incredible, and not a little horrifying. The results are in. Let me see. I'm reading a male, approximate age, 11 Earth years. Yes, by the Guardians. This is a human boy. A child. From Earth. And I believe he is trying to communicate.
And Forager is excited to see Forager as well. But first, Forager has to attend to Forager's Green Lantern Corps business. This Kaiser Thrall is known as the Kaiser Thrall. On New Genesis, Kaiser Thrall was discovered to possess sentience. Green Lantern Forager and Green Lantern Kilowog removed Kaiser Thrall to Oa, where Green Lantern Soranik Natu discovered that Kaiser Thrall's apocalyptic exoshell contains Kaiser Thrall's living human brain.
Forager has brought a great gift to the mountain hive. Bugs know not of any ruction cell. But do not all foragers look alike to new gods? How can new gods know that a forager of the mountain hive stole the new god's important cell? If new gods even break fate with new god rules, bugs will defend hive.
But Forager... Yes, Larvae will! Forager will be pleased with Larvae for protecting Hive's new prize. What did Larvae do?
It merits consideration. Artemis Croc, I understand, even respect your skepticism. But you have my word. If these two choose to stay, we will strive to help them. And as a friend of yours is fond of saying, Ra's al Ghul is many things. You're both welcome among our family. Our true family. We have no objection. You are welcome here at any time.
That was a very low bar. Certainly by now, you both understand that what you experienced here was not family, but manipulation. Of course, the Shadows kept an eye on the daughters of Sportsmaster and the granddaughter of Amazing Man from the moment each was born. Thus, when we saw opportunities to take you, we did. My role was to create loyalty, to create fanatics. A job I did too well on Lady Shiva.
Now that's how you do it, little girl. Your opponent makes a mistake, you take full advantage. No mercy. But you... in the field, a mistake like that'll get you killed. Learn or die, baby girl.
It's hard to see out of this mask.
You need that mask the way you fight. Worry about your own ass, Jade.
Excellent work. Always good to see our new Superman doing the occasional rescue. Like this tower, it provides the appropriate symbolism. Keeps the mob cheering, now that the old Superman and his crimes are all but forgotten. No. Toyman's just doing us a small favor. We need to save our boy for more important tasks. As when he dispatched that untrustworthy vigilante, or when he dismantled that orbiting threat to all mankind. These are the things he excels at. And you are excelling, my son. But you've yet to reach your full potential. You know what you must do.
Welcome to Supertown. The first bug to be so welcomed, and high time, too. Do we know what exactly was stolen?
Another delivery of drained crystals, Captain Celestia.
Sorry, hate to interrupt.
Somehow I doubt that.
But I just had to see my old friends Rocket and Forager.
Forager is most pleased.
Come here!
Bear, this is Flash.
Greetings, new friend Flash.
Nice to meet you, but I'll pass on the bear hug, Bear.
As you wish. Alright,
I wanted to offer my condolences for Superboy. I love that kid. I really did.
I owed Cheshire a debt. She and I are now even. No. Which is why I hereby tender my resignation to the League of Shadows. From this point forward, the Shade is strictly freelance.
Yeah, but he was so tired. I offered to do it for him.
Yes! Mission time! Beast Boy! Garfield!
Huh? What?
The mission. Did you seriously not hear the trouble alert?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
So, are you coming or what?
Nah, you got this covered.
You got this covered. Is that our catchphrase now? We run an entire mission against the headmaster and he hasn't moved an inch? Hey, Beast Boss! Have you been sleeping this whole time?
What? No, I'm awake.
Kinda not.
Please, call me Rosa. And I was gonna ask you the same thing. You look like you could use a friend. I know I could. Someone I can talk to, someone I can confide in.
I could use that too, but...
Listen, I know you have no reason to trust me, so let me lay all my sins before you. I've done things I'm not proud of. First, for Luther under a control chip, then for Trajectory and Bizovi without one. More than that, I've been told things I'm no longer sure of. I have to say, I do not like the looks of this.
You really believe all that? No one ever taught me math before now.
What is this place? Rebel? I never thought of rebelling until I heard you speak. No! No!
Excuse me, young man? Your boy needs to learn some manners.
And now, by the power vested in me by the state of Rhode Island, the website that ordained me last night, and hopefully with a blessing of love and long life from Ceridial, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
The heroes won't find a single Kryptonian in the zone. Clarion was surprisingly cooperative. He seemed to enjoy the hunt. And Apocalypse required only one Kryptonian in tribute. Well, one Kryptonian and Darkseid's pet Martian.
The universe. This universe is 16 billion years old. In those early days, the conflict between stability and change, between stagnation and anarchy, sparked beings of pure energy. Great lords of order. And puissant lords of chaos. Entrusted to maintain the sacred balance between opposing forces. As the loss of said balance once heralded the destruction of the old universe.
Child, what you doing in here? And what is that? Hey, stop there! Stop right there! Don't make me shoot!
You speak as if my friend is an instrument of precision. But at best, he is a cannon I may attempt to aim. There's a reason I haven't set him free in years. Basically, don't touch anything!
If it must be done.
Change your form of man. Release the might from fleshy mire. Boil the blood in heart of fire. Gone the form of man. Rise the demon. Etrigan!
Like Jason Blood, this child doth hide an other.
of her own inside. Etrigan cares little for your commands or blood's desires. Had my half-brother Merlin not cursed me into servitude, I'd let you all burn. If it were up to this demon, I'd burn you myself.
Welcome, welcome to Haley's International Traveling Circus, where the world of the Center Ring is your oyster. And our latest pearl, yes, is the return of the one, the only, Daring Dan Danger! Dan has had hundreds of adventures, but his mission tonight is nothing short of a flight to the stars. You see, Lexi, this is about respect. And who needs respect more than a poor clown? A clown who's dedicated his life to bringing a little sunshine, generating a few big stinking grins onto the faces of the masses. Until they choke on those smiles and die!
Why listen to these petty fools who wish to keep you down, to force you to be unimpressive, only that they might seem more impressive in the absence of your true glory? You must see there is no longer any need to obey their rules, their strictures. Advice they claimed to offer for your sake was always just a ploy to minimize you, to keep you small. Say it, child. Say the word. You know you want to.
With a final conflict between Apocalypse and Earth, wherein if Earth falls, the anti-life equation reigns supreme. Chaos will virtually cease to exist, rendering order moot. For what is order without chaos? It is as light without shadow. If Darkseid's will comes to pass, the balance will be forever lost. Remember, Lords, victory was never the point. It is the balance that is all. Rather than fight over one embryonic world, we should join forces with an eye toward long-term goals. In the name of the holy balance, I charge you to honor your true purpose. What say you all?
Hear me. Hear me, my children. Hear your new old High King. With reluctance, I have accepted your call to lead our people and return Atlantis to the glory of its forebear. This is a responsibility I assume with the full support of your former Onyx and the leaders of all.
Ah, Calderon. I believe you have something that belongs to me.
We are not brothers. We were never brothers.
My lost crown! The prophecy fulfilled!
Now, finally, when your entire kingdom is under threat, you deign to leave your little bubble in Poseidonus.
That is not fair.
You are no better, girl. When was the last time the first daughter of Zebel set foot or fin in the city of her birth? I hold you both responsible for allowing this Aryan to take... What, you dare speak to me that way in my own palace? Nay, I am not supporting Orin. I am voting for myself.
In truth, I prefer not to fight you. Though you are a son of El, you are also a son of Krypton, which makes you a rare commodity. Kneel before Zod, Kal-El, and together we can turn this Earth into a paradise of strength for what remains of our people. Pass. As you wish. It seems you're on your knees before me after all. As no one ages or dies there, she had the honor of unknowingly carrying the scion of General Drew Zod for a millennium. 8 months after their parole in the 31st century, I arrived. The frightened bureaucrats of the United Planets had settled all of us on the Kryptonian colony world Daxam, a planet orbiting a red sun, thus preventing us from gaining the powers that were our birthright. But they didn't count on my father's ingenuity. By the time I turned 15, he'd smuggled his loyal followers, along with like-minded Daxamites, to a nearby planet under a yellow sun. Now that we had our rightful powers, my father made a valiant attempt to lead a rebellion against the United Planets for the good of the galaxy. Hey, little man. Go inside. I left your cars out.
Wheels up?
You know it. Hard morning. About that, we've got Amistad's school conference next week to go over his IEP. No one's denying he's intelligent, Raquel, but that doesn't change the fact that the specialists have diagnosed him with autism. He has outbursts in class that his teachers can't handle, not while trying to wrangle 20 other kids. And we have to face this, deal with it, and get him the help he needs.
Okay, Mommy. Stop! That's not how they go. Wait. I want a black and white cookie. Wool hat.
That hat.
I can't go to Daddy without my wool hat. No! No! No!
How about that black and white cookie?
Okay.
Okay.
Wool hat! She smells bad. I did mean it. She does smell bad. It's not polite for her to smell bad. 16th Avenue is next. We always get off at 16th Avenue to go to Daddy. We always get off at 16th Avenue to go to Daddy.
Next stop.
Wheels up?